when you meet somebody, and like you were saying earlier, nobody's perfect. There will be things that will attract you to them, and those are the pull factors. And there will be things about them that maybe you don't like so much, and those are pushing you away.
Yeah. Hey guys, my name is Frida Tate, and this is
James, her husband.
Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you are here, you are returning, and if you're here for the first time, you're welcome. In today's video, we are actually reacting to the video of one of the Zambian YouTubers. Her name is Impress Tay. If you're not yet following her, please be sure to follow her. I will put her handle like right in here in her link so that you can follow her. She's got some good stuff. She talks about pursuit of freedom and all the good stuff. You will enjoy her channel. Please be sure to follow her. In the last week or so, she posted a video where she asked a question. It was actually in form of a question. She said something like, how long does it take for someone to propose or someone to say yes, marry me? I am going to insert the video on my video. So we are just going to react to that. So in the meantime, we want to play that video for you. So
here's the video.
Majesty, hi, what's up? So for me, I've just been thinking, like, how do people get to a point where it is a marriage? Like, it's marriage. How does it happen? Like, how do people get to a point where they decide, I want to marry you, I want to marry you, oh, marry me? Comment below, at what point do people decide that they're going to get to marry you, or to, like, where do you decide, like, I decided, say, I agree, I'm going to marry you, yes, I say yes to you. When does it happen? What is the turning point? What's the decision point? Let me know. Confirm, look. Eh? I have gray hair. You see? And I think it's growing and growing by the day. Anyway, that's just been the thought of my days after.
So she says a couple interesting things. How does it work, or what's the turning point?
Yeah.
And you know, if I was going to answer that, what would I say? I don't know. I think everybody's different, because if you get 100 different people and you ask them the same question, I'm sure you're going to get 100 different answers.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think in the same lines as you, everyone is different. For example, I'm going to give you an example of me. I married James. That was 9 days after we met in person.
It was fast.
Yeah. At the same time, before James, I had been in a relationship where it was actually a long-term relationship.
A couple of years, right?
Like 4 years. And this person was just like not putting a ring on it. And so everyone is different, like Jim said.
Things were stalled out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone is different. There is no a given schedule that, after 6 years, or after 6 months, or after 9 days, or after 2 years.
All right. To address the 9-day thing, because people tend to notice that, they can find that to be surprising. If I was going to explain what I think is, everybody has an idea of who's their ideal other, the kind of person that they're looking for. If you meet someone and you don't know them very well, you need some time, like more time, to learn about them and to decide that they're close enough, or that they've got whatever characteristics that you like, and you say, this one, sure, okay, I'll marry them. But that takes a while. So for me, what I think happened in our case, at least from my end of things, we'd been talking online and we'd already met in a way, and I had the kind of woman that I wanted to be with, and I think that Frida was kind of like already there, like very, very close to the kind of woman that I'm, nice looking, the right age, more of a traditional background. I think that when I met her, it was like there's only another very short distance to go to see what she's like in real life. What's personality like? How do we get along? It's not so much a quantitative thing like numbers or something that you could list out. It's more of a qualitative thing, something that's almost intuitive, or you're kind of going by a feeling. And when you get the right feeling, I think almost anybody's the same way. When the feeling gets right enough, then that's when you reach that point that Empress Tay is talking about, that's that turning point where you decide.
Yeah, I am with James on that. You know, as a person, you obviously has a number or a list of things that you want in your significant other or potential significant other. So you list out the things that you are looking for in a person. In real life, when you find that person, it's not going to be 10 out of 10. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so usually, 7, 9, 8 out of 10. If you are serious about your life and what you want to achieve, 10, 7, 8 out of 10 is close enough to 10.
Right.
Am I right or am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a lot of people out there, they aren't very realistic.
Yes.
They overestimate
That's
themselves.
a word.
And you see people, they look in the model and they look in the mirror and they see a supermodel, right? But no.
Yeah, but the thing is, a person could be looking like a model, supermodel at that, and then how is their character? How is their personality?
You find someone, if they focus too much on looks, to me that's a red flag, because a woman that's sort of gone overboard on this exterior stuff, and then you're sort of getting a negative vibe when you're with them, you'll get used to the way they look very quickly, and then the personality, it's sort of, you don't get used to that over time. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying about earlier, where there's a feel. And so you can use your eyes and you can use your senses, but you also got to listen to that little voice that's in your head, that feeling, to let you know. And that helped me with my decision.
Yes, but having said that, there's also something that you feel is a deal breaker. So if you list out whatever things that characters you want in a person, in your significant other, first of all, you want to ask yourself, do I have such qualities myself? Because you can't demand for the qualities that you can only dream of.
You got to be realistic.
You have to be realistic. I am not saying that you settle for anything. All I'm saying is, if you have this quality that if it's absent in your potential significant other is going to be a deal breaker for you, yes, I say, okay, I guess it's up to you. It's your decision to make.
If you're kind of average and you've got maybe not a whole lot of exceptional stuff, don't be expecting that you're going to find Brad Pitt, because it's just to be realistic. And I find the people that are sort of okay with themselves, and they tend to find somebody. They tend to get together.
You know,
with
but
somebody.
here's the thing: nobody looks at themselves and think that they are average or they are so-so. They all think that they are Naomi Campbell. They think that they are Tyra Banks.
You know what?
Okay?
No. There's humble people, they don't think like, and here's the kicker. You will sometimes see someone who's a fantastic person and they're not really that up on themselves. They think they're just okay. And then there's other people that maybe they've got issues and they think they're fantastic. And so it's you kind of have to look at how you see yourself, but you also have to pay attention to how other people. There has to be a balance, the way other people see you, because that counts too.
Yeah.
There's your reality, and you've got somebody else you're interested in.
Yeah.
You have to take their reality. How
Yes.
do they see you? So it's complicated. Now I'm going to hit you up with another idea. Okay, ready?
Okay, go ahead, hit me.
Push factors and pull factors. And what do I mean by that? When you meet somebody, and like you were saying earlier, nobody's perfect. There will be things that will attract you to them, and those are the pull factors. And there will be things about them that maybe you don't like so much, and those are pushing you away.
Yeah.
So now if you think in terms of physics, there's the pulling towards and there's the pushing back. When you meet somebody, and you have a very strong pull towards them, it doesn't mean they're perfect. But what it does mean is you're going to get pulled towards them, and you'll make that decision that Empress was talking about to decide, I'm going for it. And I think that with us, that the pull was a lot stronger than the push.
Yeah, and the thing about us, even before we met in person, online when we were chatting, we had talked about marriage. He came and I was like, oh, okay, this guy is not bad looking. This guy is treating me the way I would like to be treated. And yeah, so all those things added up, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll marry him.
It wasn't just completely out of the blue.
Yeah, like 6 months down the road, we had talked about getting married.
And here's another idea. It's a Zen idea. I'm going to hit you with this one too. Okay, ready?
Go ahead.
There is this saying. It's sort of from an Eastern culture. What they say is, when someone is ready to learn, the teacher will appear. And that's kind of deep. It's not so much a Western idea, but I really like it. I heard it and it stuck with me, and I even find other ways that I can apply it. And in this case, what I think the equivalent for a relationship, when you're ready to be in a relationship, someone will appear, because there's always people around you, and in a way you kind of have to be ready.
Yeah.
And I just feel like for us, when we met each other, that we were ready. So, and that helped it for us to come together.
Yeah. Another way you could put it is opportunity meets preparedness.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So an opportunity appeared, and
we were prepared.
we were prepared to get married. So we went for it.
From both sides.
Yes.
It's not like I came and I'm like, I'm going to get you. And she's like, no. She was okay with the idea. And there's a maturity there that I liked. And this African culture that I think was also working in our favor instead of against us.
Yeah, I took him to the village. No, I'm just kidding.
But we did. We went all around Zambia, and I thought the country was great. So, everything. It was like that whole time that we were together. I could have come over here, and I could have just seen like one thing after another that I didn't like. Not just her, but say the country or the culture or just some other different things. But that's not what it was like. I came here and I was like, this place is great. There's something, again, a qualitative thing. It just has a feel like, it was like going back in time to when I was younger, like it's say the 70s or the 80s or something. It's like, oh, the people here, like you're walking down the street, people just look at you. I mean, you can say hello to people. It was like going back in time, and it just felt really nice. And you're kind of the embodiment of that thing too. You have the sort of same qualities, right? As a Zambian woman,
Yeah.
something as a Canadian that to me was very, very appealing. That's like built right into her from the way she's grown up, the way her parents raised her. I just like that. So
Yeah,
there was the
thank you.
looks, but there
Thank
was
you.
the character, right? That the qualitative thing that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So in a nutshell, to answer Empress Take question, how long does it take for someone to propose, or where you say, oh yeah, marry me? Really, there's no written rule that says you should do that in this period of time, or after this period of time, after these many months. It's so, but it all boils down to what we have talked about here. When someone is prepared and they want to spend the rest of their life with you, yes, they will say, okay, let me put a ring on it, or here, put the ring on my finger, and that's that.
Three things. If I was going to say my three things, and I'll bounce this off you, see how you think. Three things. Be honest with yourself about yourself. Be prepared, like what we were talking about earlier, and listen to your feelings. Don't just think about what you want or have those ideas, but as you're going along, as you've met, listen to that little voice, that especially for women, that intuition. Listen to your feelings and take that as
so
guidance.
what James is talking about is, if the guy that you are dating, if your intention is to get married, and this guy that you are dating is not even touching the subject of marriage, when you touch the subject of marriage and stuff like that, and he
gets uncomfortable,
or
avoiding
then that's a red flag.
Yes.
You don't want that kind of man around. You have to be specific. You have to be honest with what you want. You have to be very, very honest about your intentions. Do you just want to go through life being a girlfriend, or do you want someday to be a missus?
Some stability.
Yeah.
Yes.
At the same time, if the guy tells you that, no, we'll get married, okay? That's a key word. We will get married. Don't try to push him, egg him on, because that will just put the man off.
How about if the guy's the one that's pushing, saying he wants to get married, and then say that I guess that's not this video for somebody else. Like sometimes the man wants to get married and the woman's kind of like, oh, I'm not so sure.
Well, but that's the same thing. Say if a man wants to get married and the woman is like, no, just wait, it's not time. Then
for the
again,
man.
that raises some red flags
For the man.
For the man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's it.
Hopefully, Empress that's our 2 cents. Hopefully that answers your question.
Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think in the comment section. To the comments. Please like this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you are not. If there's anything more that you want us to talk about, please be sure to give us an email, write it in an email, drop an email for us, or in the comment section, and then we'll do just that. All right? Thank you so much for watching the video. We'll see you in my next video. Bye.